What if beneath the ice of Europa, Jupiter's moon, there's an ocean and it's alive? Not movie-style alien life, but something much stranger. A whole ecosystem, dark, silent, and maybe older than Earth itself. Okay, what would that actually mean? First, Europa is basically a ball of ice, but the data tell us that under that crust, there's liquid water. A lot of it. More water than in all of Earth's oceans combined. And if there's liquid water, the automatic question is, could there be life? Because on Earth, where there's stable water, complex chemistry shows up sooner or later. And when chemistry gets complex enough, life has a chance. Now, picture Europa's ocean as a global sea, sealed under tens of kilometers of ice. There's no sunlight down there, so if there were life, it couldn't live like plants do. It would have to live like some of Earth's extreme organisms, feeding on chemical energy, not light. And here comes the popular intuition. If there's water and heat, there must be life. But does Europa have enough heat? And does it have the right ingredients? Okay, so where would the energy come from in an ocean with no sun? Europa is trapped in a brutal gravitational tug of war. Jupiter stretches and squeezes it like a rubber ball. That generates internal heat, and that heat could keep water liquid for billions of years. But the most interesting part isn't just the heat, it's what the heat does. If the ocean floor touches rock and there's heat, you could get something like Earth's hydrothermal vents. On our planet, those vents release minerals and chemical energy. And around them, without light, there's life. Bacteria, worms, crustaceans, entire ecosystems that don't depend on the sun. Europa could have its alien version of that. A seafloor where rock and water react, releasing hydrogen, salts, and simple organic molecules. And that chemical soup is exactly what life needs to get started. But wait, how do we know Europa has something moving down there and not just still water? Because Europa's surface is full of cracks, as if the ice breaks and then welds itself back together, that suggests a dynamic ocean pushing from below. Also, there are hints that sometimes jets of water vapor shoot into space. If that's real, it means the ocean communicates with the surface. And if the ocean communicates with the outside, that changes the game. Why? Because then we could collect samples from the ocean without drilling through 30 kilometers of ice. We just have to fly through those plumes and analyze what they carry. Now comes the important twist. Europa doesn't have to host life that looks like Earth's life. It could be much simpler. Microbes that live incredibly slowly, that reproduce once in centuries, that survive on tiny amounts of energy. It would be a cold, dark, patient biosphere, not a colorful coral reef. A planet ocean that's had near infinite time to experiment. And if we found microbial life there, what would that tell us about life in the rest of the universe? It would tell us something huge, that life isn't a rare accident on Earth. That if you have water, chemistry, and time, life shows up as a natural tendency. And that means there could be living oceans on many moons and exoplanets, that the universe might be full of simple life hidden under ice, waiting. But there's an even wilder scenario. What if Europa's life doesn't share our origin? Meaning, it didn't come from the same recipe as Earth life. If that were true, we'd have two different geneses in a single solar system, two independent ways for matter to become alive. And that would be the strongest clue yet that life is common. So, in summary, Europa probably hides a global ocean under its ice. Jupiter keeps it warm through tidal heating. If water touches rock, there could be continuous chemical energy. And with energy plus water plus chemistry, life has a real shot, even if it's slow and microbial. Final question for the comments. If tomorrow we confirm that Europa's ocean is alive, do you think that makes intelligent life out there more likely? Or does it just tell us the universe is full of silent microbes?